Have you ever been left dumbfounded by a man you were dating suddenly evaporating without a trace? We're delving deep into the crux of their minds to reveal 5 curious rationales behind male disappearing acts. This invaluable knowledge empowers you to secure the committed, loving relationship your heart yearns for, without the frustration of feeling left in the dark or constantly walking on eggshells. And after helping thousands of successful women all over the world to get a loving, long-term and committed relationship with a man they want for over 20 years combined, here's what we've seen. Your unhappiness equals his failure. The peculiar thing about men is that your regular or persistent unhappiness can cause them to retreat. This is due to the inherent desire and purpose most men have to provide happiness for their partner. If you're frequently disgruntled, whether it be about your career, life in general, or the relationship, a man may internalize your unhappiness as his own failure. Even if you assure him that your unhappiness is not his fault, he might still feel responsible since you are his partner. It's a strange phenomenon, certainly, but understanding this can help shed light on their mind's workings. So, what can you do? Well, it doesn't mean fake happiness, but rather actively working on your personal challenges and seeking joy wherever possible, for your benefit first, and secondly for the health of your relationship. He is confused. It may sound strange, but another reason men can disappear from your life is simply confusion. Imagine a date where you're trying to present yourself as self-assured, feminine, and resilient. On one hand, you're sharing some of the real vulnerabilities you face throughout your day, but on the other hand, you're somehow downplaying or laughing it off. Here's the dilemma for your man. He senses your emotional undercurrents. He's about to empathize, but then there's laughter. How's he supposed to react? It leaves him perplexed, uncertain of what the reality of the situation is, and whether his emotions are accurate. Remember, most of this questioning occurs unconsciously. At the heart of avoiding this predicament is simple. Send congruent signals. Do your best to feel secure even when you're uncomfortable. Tap into your true feelings and let them shine through genuinely, rather than covering them up. This honesty forms the cornerstone of his understanding and secures his comfort in your relationship. He can't express his emotions or thoughts. One peculiar reason why men might pull away or even disappear entirely is their struggle to express emotions or thoughts as effectively as they wish. Often, men are not as verbally adept in conveying their feelings as women, who typically use more words to describe their emotional experiences. Men can feel out of their depth, like novices trying to navigate a land they barely know. This gap in expressive ability can leave them feeling inadequate, embarrassed, or even ashamed. And the fear of facing criticism or emasculation from their partners only exacerbates this issue. If he can't articulate his feelings or thoughts, he may choose to retreat entirely rather than face potential judgment. How can you alleviate this tension? By fostering a compassionate space where mistakes or inadequacies are met with understanding rather than criticism. This nurturing environment can encourage him to remain engaged, even when expressing himself feels daunting. He wants to stay masculine. An interesting factor that results in some men pulling away is their desire to maintain their masculinity. Here's a surprising fact. The more a man talks, the more feminine he can feel. Women tend to thrive in extended conversations where they can nurture connection, raising their oxytocin levels. For men, however, longer engagements can have the opposite effect, causing a drop in their dopamine levels. As their dopamine goes down, men can feel a reduction in their masculinity. This feeling can make him retreat from the conversation and indulge in activities that trigger a sense of masculine satisfaction, like competing or physical exertion. If he feels like a lengthy conversation or conflict might drain him or make him feel overly feminine, his instinct might be to pull away. This doesn't mean that he should do that, but it's how many men's psychology works. You can address this by trying to keep conversations and arguments concise and goal-oriented. This might sound challenging, especially when you're trying to communicate your feelings, but it can help him stay connected and provide a solution to the issue at hand, which reinforces his masculinity. He's trying to protect you. This might sound strange and counterintuitive, but sometimes Men disappear in an attempt to protect the women they care about. In relationships, emotions can sometimes escalate rapidly and get heated. When a man finds himself in a state of intense anger or rage, he realizes that these emotions can cause harm if he cares about you. His natural instinct might prevent him from acting in a way that could hurt you. He might choose to shut down or even disappear altogether rather than risk causing emotional harm. This type of response might seem baffling to you, especially if you are of the mindset that it's better to just argue it out or deal with the issue at hand. However, men, especially those who identify strongly with their masculine side, don't always think this way. What can you do in these situations? Modeling healthy emotional expression can help. Show him that it's possible to express all your emotions, even anger, without disappearing. Show him that it's okay to take a little break when things get too heated, and return when he's able to discuss the issue calmly. This can help encourage him that disappearing is not the only or best option when situations become emotionally charged.
In conclusion, the reasons why men may disappear or ghost are often rooted in their masculine psychology, not necessarily in anything you did wrong. It's about his upbringing, his learned perceptions of masculinity, and how he deals with emotions and conflicts. Remember, it's not about finding fault in yourself for his actions. Instead, use these discoveries to better comprehend his actions and nurture understanding. Consider each situation with compassion and patience, and try to model healthy emotional expression. Strive to maintain your self-worth, self-confidence, and inner happiness, as these qualities are fundamentally attractive. Moving forward, remember these insights and continue to grow your confidence, and let him navigate his growth too. You're on your way to cultivating a deeper, more connected relationship. Thanks for watching.